Welcome back to another episode of the Knowledge Bomb. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about hydration and why it's killing your performance. So these days, everybody understands the importance of staying hydrated, drinking enough water, getting enough fluids in, but I just want to talk a little bit about exactly how much you should be looking at taking in and potentially some of the effects, downside effects. Now, first of all, can you drink too much water? Yes, right? People have died from hypernatremia, which is basically drinking too much water, and it's not necessarily the water, it's dilution of all the electrolytes on that end. So just be aware that you can drink too much water and it can be harmful. Now that takes a lot. On the other side, dehydration is something that we're probably more familiar with and something that we're going to encounter more frequently. So as a general rule, go ahead and look at half your body weight in ounces. And we're talking about pounds, right? So if you're a 200-pound male, you want to get 100 ounces of water in a day as your baseline. Now keep in mind that this is your baseline and does not take into account environmental factors, the fact if you train that day. So think about if it's 103 degrees, 90% humidity. For those of you who live in that, that part of the world, God bless you. You're gonna have to take in more water to kind of offset the environmental factors. Same with training. If you come in and you train for a couple hours really, really hard, you're gonna have to replenish what you spent in your training session. There's no real magic formula, but generally if you can drink 32 ounces of liquid in a 2-hour training session on top of that recommended half your body weight in ounces, it's probably a pretty good starting point. There's some pretty amazing research out there that shows 1% dehydration state equates to 10% loss in performance. So just think about that. And pretty much that 1% dehydration is the point in which you're just a little thirsty. So if you're a little thirsty, that means you're leaving 10% performance on the table. So training, huge, right? Hydration is really, really important for intercellular hydration. So if your cells, your muscle structure is hydrated, recovery is going to be better, inflammation is going to be down, circulation performance, just all these characteristics go through the roof. We could talk all day about the physiology of things, but just get enough water in every day. Start with the half your body weight in ounces and go from there.